Thousands of locals and foreign nationals are escaping the fighting in Sudan through the border land crossings of Arqin or Kostol. Travelers have been forced to spend days on the Sudanese side until they sort out their entry to Egypt. CGTN Adel Mkhoy was at the border and now reports.
Through the breathtaking landscape of Lake Nasser, a ferry tears the water surface, carrying the hardships of dozens of people who have just escaped the fighting in Sudan. These groups are coming from Kostol, one of two land crossings at the Egyptian-Sudanese border, which lately is becoming more popular. Kostol is just a 15-minute ride from Wadi Halfa, the closest city in Sudan to the border. There, people can find more humane conditions during their long wait to enter Egypt.
Because they don't have a huge hotel accommodation space, the citizens of Wadi Alpha invited evacuees to their homes. They opened schools and mosques for families to stay. They have shared their food and drink with us. That's a great humanitarian support, but that also led to a huge crowd, a shortage in food and shortage in fuel.
The journey through Kostol is also much more enjoyable than the other crossing, Arqin. Instead of its lifeless, hot and dry desert landscape, the ride through Lake Nasser's breeze and natural scenery gives passengers a brief yet necessary break. They may have safely escaped the fighting, but what could happen next to Sudan haunts many of them.
I believe there will be a great escalation in the fighting. The evacuation by the French, the Germans and the Americans and others was incredibly fast. While many ceasefire agreements were announced, none was in place. Both sides continued their attacks. Putting all together, I think in the coming days, we are going to see an unimaginable clash between them.
After 5 days on the road, Hassan's journey from the Sudanese capital Khartoum ended as soon as he crossed to Egypt through the Kostol crossing. But he's still 1,138 kilometers away from his next stop, Egypt's capital, Cairo. From there, he flies 4,400 kilometers to Germany, his final destination in this painful journey. One of the main advantages to come to Egypt through the Kostol crossing is that it's very close to the Sudanese city in Wadi Halfa, just 20 kilometers away from the Egyptian border, which means that many people can rest and find some services until they clear their way into Egypt. But one of the downsides is that there are many transportations to reach the Egyptian mainland, and from there, still a very long way ahead to Cairo. Adel Mahroui, CGTN, from Abu Simbel, Egypt.